MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And it's Friday all over again.
It is.
And
it's a beautiful day outside. If you've not been outside this morning, it's sunshine after the rain.
So nice drive in.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Now off to our east a little bit over in Alabama, Montgomery, they're getting some severe weather. We'll look at that in a second, just to let you know where all that stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
But
now it's gotten breezy, so if you're like me and sometimes leave your little umbrella on the table outside,
it's gone
open. You might want to go close it.
We got gusts of about 20 to 30 today from time to time, so be prepared for that. It's a great day for laundry on the clothesline if that still exists.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you just don't see that
I know
much anymore.
My mother always loved, I think I've talked about it before, but those towels are like a little bit like sandpaper.
Yes, I don't like that either.
No.
But there are a few people that eat that up.
Mm-hmm. There are.
So be prepared for that. Let's see here. Let's talk about something that's dangerous to America, and that's a diet. And as Candace over here attempts to, what are you cutting out on?
Well, I kind of have cut out bread, so I'm trying not to eat any bread. And that's a big thing for me because I love bread. And this morning, I've started trying to cut sugar out. So I've sweetened my coffee with
Your husband said that happened a long time ago.
He says I'm mean. No, I'm not. But anyway, I sweetened my coffee this morning with raw honey, so it's okay.
I've never done that.
It's not great, but I'm getting used to it.
What is it? I mean, it doesn't even have the same effect of sugar.
It sweetens it, but it's just not as sweet as sugar. Now I have to have a little bit of cream, and I'm sure that's got some kind of sweetness in it. But
gotta live a little bit.
Yeah. I just have to have that, or milk, like you said.
So are you
something.
switching to water instead of soft drinks or Coca-Cola? What are you doing?
I have started drinking more water during the day, and I've always craved water at night before I go to bed. I don't know why. I could just down a whole bottle before I go to bed. But anyway, I've started drinking it during the day, and I can tell a difference. I can tell a little bit of difference in. I haven't lost pounds or anything like that. I just want to tone up and be able to fit in my clothes. Be able to fit in my clothes, so I don't have to just wear elastic stuff all the time.
Ain't nothing like that stretchy stuff, though. Let's really talk about it.
It is comfortable when you wear elastic, especially when you get older and you're like,
she's going to move to, what do they call them, sundresses or muumuus before long? Once you make it, what, Mrs. Roper dresses?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Once you get that, you don't really mind anything. Mm-hmm. Give it to me.
Big old flowers. Yeah. But anyway, I am trying to just eat healthier, and we've had salads and grilled chicken in them and stuff like that.
The only thing about eating salad,
to death,
salad is good, but you eat a salad, then go outside and do some yard work and see how long that lasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
just wanting a snack.
But anyway,
I'm just trying to eat healthier. I'm not going to starve myself to death. So,
well, we wish you luck there.
Yeah.
Keep us updated as to how it goes. Right. There's a lot going on in the community today and this weekend as we get ready for the rodeo that's coming to town. Don't forget, this is going to be popping up tonight as we get ready for the first rodeo coming into the Lauderdale County Ag Center. Here it is, right there. Let me put it where you can read it. It's a lot of action. Gates going to be opening up. Showtime or dirt time is at 7:30.
That's right. The gates are going to open at 5:30. They got a lot for the kids to do. He called it a pony carousel. Is that what he called it? For the kids to get on and kind of.
Or adults that can't ride horses.
Yeah. Scotty Ray might get on one, I think. But the tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for kids. You can't beat that. And that's the ages 5 to 12 for kids.
So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Ag Center, can't miss it, on the right-hand side of the road, leaving Meridian past Bonita. And it's always fun. Rodeo. Of course, the national anthem, all that good stuff, still played at events like that. And they take their hats off for those events.
That's right.
Good to know that there's a true American sport still left in America.
It's just a really good family atmosphere when you go to a rodeo. It's fun to watch.
It might not smell great, but other than that, it's okay.
That's right. But those cowboys, they'll probably say, smell like money to me.
Yeah. And let me warn you this. Never take your picture with a bull facing the wrong direction. It could be bad for you. I've seen that happen.
Yeah. I'll never forget, like, my oldest son, when we went to a rodeo when he was little, they had a bull up front. I think it was one of the Ralph Morgan rodeos. Had the bull sitting out there up front for people to come. They had him roped off, you know, just to come up there and I guess look at him. I don't know. but Colton wanted to dress like a cowboy, so he had his little fake pistol and his little thing, just all that.
Cap guns.
Yeah, little cap gun. He sticks the barrel of the gun up the bull's nose.
But that didn't go over well.
I thought, oh my gosh, like he's gonna start bucking, and But anyway,
Candace thrown out of her rodeo.
Yeah, I thought we're gone. We're fixing to have to be asked to leave, but no, it was fun. We always enjoy going to rodeos.
69 right now as you're starting to stir a little bit. Is that perfect weather that we had our special guest yesterday? Don't forget this will happen tomorrow night and also Sunday afternoon as Brick Gully will portray the one and only father of country music, Jimmy Rogers, plays at MCC this weekend. If you can make it out for that, they would appreciate it. It will be a great show. Come enjoy it.
If you missed them yesterday on the show, you missed a good show because they sang and Jackie Jack White is just a walking ball of knowledge.
He's got it all up there.
Yeah, I said he ought to be on Jeopardy or something. He knew everything.
Hate I missed out on breakfast with him, but I'll have to catch him next time on that. Mm-hmm. Had a little bit too much going on to hit that. And don't forget, about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, head on out to Collinsville, Mississippi. What's happening there is Collinsville Day. It's going to be a big one there.
That's right. They've got all kind of stuff going on there. Mm-hmm. Ball games with the West Lauderdale Youth Association. All kind of booths. I think there's 50 or more vendors at the for the booths, and just all kind of stuff for the kids. Twisted Nutrition is going to have the teas that everybody is obsessed over nowadays.
Chicken plates, $10.
That's right, chicken plates. But y'all go check it out.
Softball games beginning at 9 a.m. And then over, let's see, they got the dance, the talent show.
Right. Yeah, they got a Miss Collinsville pageant at the dance company place, Taylor's Dance Company. Antique car show. It's set down at First Baptist Church.
Wow,
They'll
big
set up in the
parking
lot. Mm-hmm. So a lot to see and a lot to do. So y'all don't miss that.
And then earlier, also downtown Meridian, before you go to the rodeo, whatever you're going to, don't forget Budweiser is going to be out helping out with the big crawfish bowl that's happening there. Mm-hmm. May 7th, it's going to be the cook-off.
That's right.
So
I guess it's like a crawfish boiling contest, right? Mm.
So this is a lot to do. I want to say, and I'll check in, I want to say next weekend is going to be the Clydesdales back in Meridian, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you a big crawfish eater?
I'll eat it. I'm not going to hurt anybody over getting there. And if you got shrimp, I'll climb over the top of you to get to that. But
say I'm the same way. I like shrimp better than crawfish, but I still like crawfish. And there's people put all kind of stuff in the bowl when they do crawfish. I think the oddest thing I ever saw, which I would have never thought of, was sweet potatoes. It is really good. It's good. When they put that spiciness in the crawfish, it goes into the sweet potato, and so you got sweet and spicy at the same time. It's really good.
I didn't know all that.
It's good.
Woo. Well, if you were in Marion, Mississippi, or if you were anywhere near the Coca-Cola plant yesterday and you got almost run over by a bunch of cops headed that direction, there was an issue going on, and they had to get there quick. There was a bomb threat in our area yesterday. It's so shocking. And I don't understand this and what the purpose was. As we go to the pictures here, you can see this on sammedia.network or on our Facebook page. This is the scene at the Dollar General out in Marion yesterday. They had the road blocked off, whole 9 yards. You couldn't go in Dollar General for nothing.
Goodness. And, of course, they have to take every threat, very, very serious. So
the emergency management team put on their outfits, and they combed the store. It turned up nothing. But still, why would somebody do this?
There's those people out there who just try to cause disruption, and they could have been sitting somewhere watching the whole thing and got some kind of.
And I'd like to point this out. The one time we had the man in town, Alan Jackson, what'd they do? They called in a bomb threat to Alan Jackson years ago at the Temple Theater. Y'all remember that?
No, I
had
don't
to evacuate the temple over that.
I bet he was thinking,
Meridian.
This might be my last.
But that did happen yesterday. Fortunately, no one was hurt. We're glad of that.
Goodness.
We put this out there yesterday also. She is out on bond as we go to watching the news here. Sheila Poe out on a $1 million bond. More comes of this. We'll let you know as we follow this story, as this keeps going, as not a lot of details have been released to the public. And I understand that because this is an ongoing investigation, and they've got to dot all the I's and cross the T's to make sure they get it correctly.
Right.
Again, she's been charged with manslaughter. It's a very serious crime, and as this develops, we'll let you know more about it.
Right.
Let's see here. Did have a couple shootings yesterday. No one hurt, nothing damaged. That was on the area of 26th Avenue. That's down around Fire Station number 1, back behind there.
Okay.
Hospitals are up here. That's down on the hill past
by
the
the
Walgreens.
Walgreens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is it by Walgreens?
Here's a picture of that. Yeah, here's Walgreens here. Here's Fire Station number 1. It was back in here behind there. Now again, no one was hurt. Nothing was damaged, but it was reports of I hear something. Yeah, it was a gunshot. We also had that I mentioned over at Western Gardens yesterday as well. The shots were reported in that area. Again, no damage, no one hurt, but you still need to know where these things happen in our area. As we watch all of this. Calm night last night.
Yeah, we had a lot of thunder and lightning up at our house last night, but I'm glad it didn't get really bad.
Now, as we look at this, we did have some reports in the night of some thunderstorm damage. A tree was blown. Let's look at radar here. I'll show you this right up here, up around Collinsville, out in the Martin area. We had a tree that was blown down, and that wants to do something else other than I wanted it to, doesn't it? As we look there, a tree was reported out on Collinsville, north of there.
Okay.
And several things back over toward Kosciuszko and those areas. We had in Carthage, in those areas there, we had some tree damage. But as we look this morning, all the rain is moved out and it's moving on to Georgia at this time. So the threat of severe weather is out of the area. It'll be cloudy for a little while today, and then eventually finally getting that sunshine that we all want.
Yeah.
82, not quite that almost 90 thing.
Yeah, we're going to hit that next week, right?
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, be prepared.
So I think we jumped right on into summer.
And it is.
Yeah.
It's one to the other. And we're going to go over graduations because I'm sure you're starting to get invitations in the mail. They happen, you know, somebody that's going to graduate. We'll go over that next. Don't rush off. We want you to know more about it. That's on the way with Scotty Ray and Candace.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
I grew up on this farm. My dad was a farmer. My granddaddy, too. I was always pretty proud of that. It's not easy work, but we help feed Mississippi. When my truck was hit by a company vehicle, I thought I was going to have to sell the farm. Thanks to Richard Swartz, I didn't have to. He handled my case and reached a settlement that saved my farm and my way of life.
Remember, I'm your Mississippi attorney, Richard Swartz. I'm here for you. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. As I do have the list, and you were asking me about Lamar, I don't have the schedule for Lamar and also Russell yet.
Okay.
So if I could get that sent to us, we'd be glad to talk about the graduations there. Lauderdale County, here's the lineup of what we know.
Yeah, for all the Lauderdale County schools, Clarkdale High School, looks like they're all going to be at 8 p.m., but Clarkdale's going to be May 20th. Northeast High School's May the 19th. Southeast High School's May the 17th. And West Lauderdale High School is May the 16th. So that's good. You might know somebody at all the schools, and you can attend every one of them because they're on different days.
Get there early is all I can tell you.
Yeah, get you a seat. Get there early. But yeah, they're having them at 8 p.m. And some people think, well, that's late. But I think they probably do it for the heat.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a lot cooler to everybody who's out there. So enjoy yourself and be thankful it's not at high noon.
Right.
That could get sticky really quick there.
But we want to congratulate all of the graduates of the schools. We're so proud of everybody, and that's a big accomplishment. It really is. You know.
Donna Davis says her baby is graduating from Clarkdale.
All right.
Yeah. Good morning from Newton County. And we don't have Philadelphia, Newton, and those areas there. Even on the Alabama side there, y'all let us know about what's going on when the graduations are, and we'd love to talk about it. Raleigh, graduating May the 19th at 6 p.m.
Yeah. So y'all get those into us because we can put them on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Or if
We'll
Scotty
go the
Ray
whole
can
thing.
post them, and we can go back over them on Monday.
And I didn't mention this. I showed it a quick snippet earlier as we talk about bad weather. What went on in Mobile, Alabama overnight. Look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
The Family Dollar is no more. And you
So
look,
you'd think that would have had to have been a tornado.
yeah, that's major damage there. And again, that's Mobile, Alabama, and that system's moved off. But boy.
Goodness.
So
It must really pick up strength when it crosses that Alabama line a lot of times, because we hear of that,
yeah, it's been developing closer to us. We get it bad if it develops bad in Louisiana, but they've been developing in our area, and then the further they go east, the stronger they get.
Yeah.
And we see that from last night there. We have a benefit that we want you to know about, and most people know this young man. I've known him all my life, and I mentioned earlier that I knew his wife even before I knew Richard, but Richard Ferguson, who is known throughout the area far and wide from DeKalb to Meridian. He does gospel music, worked with him for many years. His wife became sick, and they are in a world of hurt. She spent about 108 days in the hospital. In the beginning, they didn't know what was wrong. They finally diagnosed it, and she's on the way to recovery. But Richard, financially, is in a wreck from all of this. It takes a lot to go back and forth from the hospital. And there's a benefit concert, cooking, that is coming up in June for Richard and his family. They've got all types of music that's going to be there as we go to this. Tickets, Second Mile, the Bible Stones, the Kingsmen, the Down East Boys. As we look at this, they'll be there, 5 groups. $20 in advance, $25 the night of. And then we get into the barbecue. There's a lot going on with this. Barbecue plates going to be sold at the temple. Now, you can buy them beforehand and be ready for this. $10 a plate. You can dine in or carry it out. And look at all these raffle tickets that are going to be sold for the things that are going to be the back porch pitching in, Wilson Saw, also auto parts and hardware there, Philadelphia Motor Company. Name a few. We've got all this lined up here for you. And they're going to be drawing for these raffle tickets that day, $10 each or 3 for $20. Now, I spoke with Ray Hedgepeth. He's going to be out helping with this. And coming up on Monday, they're going to be in Philadelphia. They'll be at Vowels Market from 10 until 2 in the Philadelphia area if you'd like to buy a concert ticket, if you want to buy raffle, or if you want the barbecue plates. Tuesday, they'll be in Philadelphia at Pilgrims, 10 to 2. And then Thursday, they'll be out at the back porch on Highway 19 from 10 until 2 set up selling these tickets. So if you know Richard Ferguson, he sure needs your help there as they recover from all this. It's been expensive.
I just think it's a wonderful thing when communities can come together and help somebody like that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never know, and I've said this a lot, we never know when it's going to be one of us that needs some help. So it's a good thing when everybody can come together and help other people.
Yeah, it don't take many trips because you only make so much money. Y'all know that.
That's right.
And it's not in your
you have
budget.
to take off work. I mean, and because who's not going to be with their loved one?
Exactly.
You have to be with them.
So we'll tell you more about this as time gets closer. I do hope you'll help with this. Let's see here. This is I touched on this morning, and if you've paid any attention to the news, we've seen so much of this talk about the United States helping take out the Ukraine here. And normally that is kept quiet of what the United States does with our military. Is this provoking something? Are they asking? I mean, it's going to make Russia mad at some point.
Well, I thought the same thing because, I mean, I know that Vladimir Putin was threatening that if the U.S. helped them in any kind of way,
Right.
that it was going to be some retaliation in some way. So why, like you said,
Then the
would
White
they-
House comes out and goes, yeah, we helped do that.
Right.
We
it's like
tracked
they
them.
might as well wave a flag and do a direct call to him. I mean,
Are they
it's
trying to
crazy.
drag us into something? It worries me.
It's almost like they are just trying to sabotage, the United States as much as they can. I don't understand it. I mean, in all aspects of politics right now, like all the Supreme Court justice stuff being, I guess you'd say kind of bullied by people who are protesting and stuff like that from the leak that was out the other day.
But, if you get Russia involved with something, China is soon to follow. And the next thing, you've got one of those great wars again. We definitely don't want that. We need diplomacy. Is that how do you say it?
Diplomacy, yeah.
Diplomacy. Yeah, I was close.
Yeah, you
I was trying to be a diplomat. Went a little far on that. But that's a headline, something to just pay attention to.
That's right.
Normally, our secrets are kept secret.
Yeah, and you would think that the people in the administration that's up there now would really be standing up for the Supreme Court justices and saying, no, we're not going to have anybody outside their homes. That is
It's not the case. And also, this Sunday, they're all talking about protesting at churches across America, Catholic churches, against Catholic churches. So I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's going to be going on this weekend. Just a heads up and watch your stories there. We go to Louisiana for this next story. Have you seen this about this autistic young lady? Her parents have been arrested. She sat on a couch for 12 years and never moved. She died. She was in her early 30s. They've been arrested and charged with murder on this. It's sad. We don't know where this will lead. Again, you're innocent until proven guilty, but they're being charged on this. They were let loose on $300,000 bond.
That's great. That is.
And I've seen the pictures of the couch that are out there, and
so sad.
It'll upset you to no end to look at all that. And I'm not going to show it on television. It's awful of where she sat and where she died. But that is one of the stories that is shaping our nation this morning. Pay attention to this.
Awful.
That's all it is to let you know what is going on.
It breaks my heart how people do. Children or people in general just have no respect for other human beings. I mean, it's just, especially ones that you're raising and you've,
you have
supposed to be have the utmost care for and love, and I don't know.
You have to send up prayers for those who can't help themselves.
Right.
And they can't net. And I woke up this morning. You know how something crosses your mind and you can't shake it? Mm-hmm. And why I had this on my mind, I don't know. But do you remember the lady that was attacked by the dogs a few weeks ago and she lost both her arms? That worried me. And then especially after they told her that they would not be able to put the prosthetic arms. Mm-hmm. Bless her heart. When we think we've got it bad, there is someone else that's got it a whole lot worse. So I send prayers to her wherever she is today. It has to be just mentally overwhelming to her to wake up and be faced with the way her life is now. Yes. I worked with and I often think of her, she's in a nursing home now. She was maybe 51, 52 when this happened. Mm-hmm. She had a stroke. Her mind is wonderful. She cannot move one muscle in her body, and she lies in a home now. And she can blink. She can't talk, but her mind is 100%.
She knows what people say,
and she lies there. There's no answers as to why things like this happen to people.
Yeah.
But God bless them. Think of them. Pray for them. And I'm not trying to get everybody depressed this morning.
No, but I mean, it's just reality that, our lives could change in the blink of an eye.
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, just they could. I mean, we never know what is going to go on in our lives, and when tragedy happens or something comes up that alters your whole life,
and it will.
You really need that support of other people around you, but we do. We take stuff for granted every day. All of us do. All of us do. Just the little things that we take for granted, but.
Yeah, you don't like getting up and walking across the room. You don't think about that until you watch somebody who's been in a tragic accident. That taking that first step is a major milestone for them.
Just to be able to take a breath. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's people who struggle every day just to take a breath. My heart goes out to them, and we never know. Like we never know when it's going to be us. So.
In other news around the thing, as we brought up the White House a minute ago, have you seen this to where they're trying to say mega supporters are the biggest threat to America?
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, it's just a political party. No one's going to hurt anyone. It's a showdown as we go to Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen to this? It's neck and neck. Trump has backed Dr. Oz that Oprah had on for years.
Right.
He is running for Senate. There's another guy, and he says even though the president has backed Oz, he goes, I still support Trump. Mm-hmm. And so we'll see how this election plays out as they go to the polls there. There's going to be another big rally coming up that Trump is going to be at, and we'll see what happens in Pennsylvania. Neck and neck.
Yeah. Who
will come out the winner on that one? Well, let's see what else we've got going on here. They're getting a new press secretary. Have you seen all of this?
I did see that. Mm-hmm.
Now, the new press secretary has a connection to CNN, I understand. Her girlfriend works for CNN, and they're going, will there be fairness with this? Let's hope so. Let's hope some areas there are not crossed that shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. That's what we're hoping there. Conflict there. But Jen is going to, Miss Circle Back is going to go circle around at MSNBC. Mm-hmm. That's where she's headed.
Yeah.
I wonder, is all of this, if you get that job when you take, and of course I would not want it because I watched what's her face from Arkansas,
The press secretary
Yeah,
position. Yeah.
what's his name's daughter that was governor of.
I just watched Sarah Huckabee.
Yeah.
Sarah Huckabee, whatever. I can't remember the last name.
After I
but
watched
yeah.
her, there is no way I would ever apply for that job.
Right.
You get-
They really bashed her. They bashed her physical appearance. They bashed her as a mother. They just went way overboard.
But that is the
saying
one
stuff
job
to
in
her.
America I
Yeah.
never want.
Right.
But, a lot of these, do they take this as that being a stepping stone to be able to go on to a career in journalism somewhere else, to where they could get six figures? Is that what this job catapults you to do? And of course, she's going to run for governor of Arkansas. I think she'll win. I think she's got a pretty good shot, Sarah does.
I think the Kaylee
And she scares me. Did I mention
was
that?
that her name?
Yeah.
Who scares you?
Sarah. I think
Sarah.
she could be talking, holding
She
a
could take
press
you down.
conference
Yeah.
and use that other hand to whoop you at the same time and never miss a beat.
But she seems like a down to earth, good hearted,
Yeah, but no nonsense.
sounds like a good mother, type person.
But that-
but she.
I mean, that woman
I don't
is-
think she'd put up with much. Yeah.
She's like your grandma that whoop you with a switch. Now,
I think she's pretty. Seems like a nice person. I was listening to her this morning talking about Mother's Day and how she wanted her kids to make her homemade Mother's Day presents. That's all she wanted. She didn't want anything store bought. She wanted to make sure it was homemade. And
well, that's sweet. Now, you brought up
I
the
love
young lady
homemade
that
stuff.
took her place. What was her name? She went on.
Kaylee McElhaney, I think that's
She
the way
was
you say her
good,
name. Now,
too.
you could not beat her. You couldn't stump her on a question.
Her in that notebook.
She knew her stuff frontwards and backwards, and she didn't dance around a question.
She
If
didn't circle back on nothing.
If she was asked a question, she made sure she answered it, and to the fullest extent, and even told you why. And, I just don't think there's been any kind of fulfillment of questions being answered with this one. I just don't. I mean, she has not answered the first thing.
No.
Joyce Gressett says, "Happy Mother's Day, Candace." Thank you so much.
Well, go ahead,
Thank you, and
Joyce.
happy Mother's Day out there to all of the mothers. It's just, it's like a good day.
It is. As
It is.
Cal Smith used to sing "Roses for Mama." Important. Deliver them to yourself if you can. There, make sure you do it instead of delivering, if at all. See your mama as you can, because there will be a day
Yeah.
that they're not there.
That's what I was going to just say, and think about and say a prayer for those who have lost their mothers, because it's a sad day, for a lot of people. It really is.
Hey, until you've lost someone, you can't really relate to.
Right, and Father's Day, it's the same way. I always, after my dad passed away, when I'd go to church and sit there on Father's Day, and everybody was honoring their fathers and stuff. It's a sad day for a lot of people too, but you love them and miss them. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's do something about it. Is all we're saying there.
Yeah.
What do y'all think is going to become of this? Will they ever really investigate this enough to where they find out who did the leak about the Supreme Court ruling of the paperwork?
I don't know.
If they do, will they prosecute, or will they try to just kind of blow this under the rug, so to speak? I think to me, this is like a huge crime that has been done to the American public.
Well, I wouldn't put it past people in government to have put that out there, like had a hand in that. Because, they're not, like I said, they're not supporting the Supreme Court justices, they're not backing them and saying, no, we're not going to stand for this. You're not going to be allowed to go outside of their homes. Because, I don't care if you call it peaceful. When you're sitting there and you're ranting and raving outside someone's home and signs going, and they have children inside the house and having to see all that, that's not peaceful.
Am I going too far on this in comparison? And you tell me, and y'all tell me what y'all think of this. Is that basically the same thing as almost giving information to a foreign government? Leaking information like this, where people give information to Russians, of leaking this information out? Isn't it just as wrong as doing that?
I think it's just as wrong. If it's supposed to be
Top secret,
or you're supposed to be secure in that kind of information, and I don't think there's supposed to be any cell phones brought into those areas.
I didn't know that.
Because
take pictures or whatnot.
Yeah, because they were wondering if it was like a hard copy that got put out there, or if it was somebody took a picture with their cell phone.
See, and I haven't
and
heard
did it.
that yet.
Yeah. So I don't really. I think it's just as important to keep that top secret as it is
Something to
any
consider.
of the stuff, because it could affect a lot of people. It could affect a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So
That's another headline this morning as you're waking up. And we do hope your day is wonderful.
Yes.
Hang in there with us. We got more on the way as we'll go back and take a look at a few things that happened in history upon this date. That's right around the corner. Don't rush off. We'd love to have you here with us. We're coming back with more here in just a second. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we start your Friday. It is here, May the 6th, as we get ready for a great-looking weekend. The weather is going to be perfect to do whatever you're out to do.
that's right.
All right.
My son will be 19 tomorrow.
Ooh,
It's
big
his
happy birthday.
So Colton is going to be 19 tomorrow. I cannot believe that.
Y'all doing a cake, the whole 9 yards? What do you do?
I don't know. He stays busy all the time and with stuff, and so
Don't
I'm
wanna-
not sure. We hadn't really planned anything big because, like, my house is still torn apart, so I can't really have anybody over. We might go eat or something. So.
Well, put it together there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back. Y'all remember this guy. He was born in 1904. He would play numerous roles, but there would be only one that you remembered from because the smell of money always made him wake up, made him do whatever he wanted. Who am I talking about? Mr. Drysdale. Raymond Thomas Bailey was born on this date, and boy, he sure made that show. Didn't she call him Chief all the time during the show? Did she take the money and wake him up kind of like Boss Hogg?
I don't know. Miss Hathaway.
Miss Hathaway, Miss Jane.
Yeah.
Always had a little thing for Jethro there.
Yeah.
It was secret. I'm sure she was. 1931, one of baseball's greatest was born on this day. Y'all remember a guy named Willie Mays? Willie Mays? Mm-hmm. I got the Hayes there accidentally there, but Willie Mays, it just went together. Celebrates a
You renamed
birthday.
him.
I did. But what a player he was. Now, this guy, I think we've all heard it from Against the Wind. So many hits. Down on Main Street. Bob Seeger was born in 1945 on this date. And the Silver Bullet Band.
Gosh.
I like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that old-time rock and roll. And the list goes on and on with songs that Bob Seger did. Mm-hmm. We get you a birthday there. Somebody else having one.
Yeah. Cameron Miller is 21 today.
Boy.
Happy birthday.
You'll remember this lady. She made many appearances on a lot of television shows, but I think this role probably is the one you'll remember her from. Hee Haw. Y'all remember this? Miss Lulu Roman was born on this date back in 1946. I think she even had an appearance on the Dukes of Hazzard one time.
I was going to ask, what was Boss Hogg's wife's name on there? Remember he had a wife?
Yeah, was that Lulu?
I don't know. It seems like her name was Lulu, but I don't know. I don't think it. I don't think it was her though. But anyway,
you look at the picture; it doesn't quite. I need to investigate that. Somebody,
I can't
somebody
remember.
tell us the truth on that.
thought
She was a
it
good actress that played Boss's wife.
Hee Haw was so funny though. I always loved watching it.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of the best there ever was. It was corny, but you know what? America liked it.
Yeah.
Sometimes corny and just being basic is the best.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm corny.
Yeah. I get tired of reality shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, we got enough of our own reality. We don't need to see everybody else's disasters.
It's all about escaping, isn't it?
I know.
1961, this guy, he's out there on that liberal edge, but you got to give him credit, even if he is. Let's call him a good actor, because he is. And we're talking about George Clooney, was born on this date back in 61. A great actor. And again, I don't think like him. He's in that clip that you go, he will never be president. I think he clicks it off. I've seen it 100 times. He was.
He was in a lot of different things when he was younger, too. I think he was on Roseanne Maybe.
Maybe. I wasn't a big fan of that show. I didn't see his
Yeah, I think
much
he
of
was
that.
on there as, I think he was Jackie's boyfriend on there one time or something. He was on ER. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that right?
Yeah.
ER, the show? Mm-hmm.
Leslie Joyner says it was Peggy Ray that played Boss Hogg's wife, but they did resemble a lot. She was a great actress. 1970, this was not one of my favorite of his songs, but it was a big hit nonetheless. He went on to become a NASCAR driver, and you're going, who in country music done all of that? Well, we're talking Marty Robbins. The number one song in America on this day was My Woman, My Woman, My Wife.
What kind of car is that? Is that like a Monte Carlo?
Possibly it was a Dodge. I know that much.
Okay.
But that was that was like the Chrysler something.
Okay.
Maybe it was, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
After they modified it, it's hard for me to pick it out. It wasn't a Charger, I don't believe.
It looks like a Monte Carlo in the back or something. I don't know.
It's a possibility there. 1974, and there's a typo before I throw this up. Let me warn you so you don't get confused. But it was 1974 that Merle Haggard, this is when you really make it.
Yeah.
You make it to the cover of Time magazine. Merle Haggard graced it on this day back in 1974. Pretty big there.
It is.
Clooney was on the Facts of Life. You're right. He was the handyman.
I was fixing to say Facts of Life a while ago, but then I thought, I can't remember that for sure.
I had totally forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Mrs. Garrett was after him. No word yet if they ever had a hookup or anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
Alex.
going to say he probably passed on that.
You see that comment there we just got there?
What? Oh. Quit showing our age.
Alex?
Watching Hee Haw.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
This was one of my favorite detective shows that I ever watched because he was just way cool. I liked this guy. 1976, on the front of the TV guide, who was there? Jim Rockford. His Rockford Files was it. Him and his dad showed on there from the TV show.
Yeah. James Garner. That's his name.
He was good.
He was so good in The Notebook, too.
Yes. Liked him in Support You. He was a comedian, of course. Maverick. Boy, he played that and then went on to be in the movie remake. And so many of all the Support Your Local Sheriff, all of those comedies that came out, loved it.
He was a great actor.
1978, you would know this voice from anywhere, but he took over the helm in 1978 and he would hold it till his death. In 1978, Bob Kingsley began his voice of doing the countdown on American Country Countdown on this date. And you heard him week by week talk to the stars. Real nice guy. Met him a lot of times. Liked him. 1982, J.P. Pennington wrote this song, and Alabama would take it, go to the studio, and it would be released today, and it would become their 17th number ones and a string of 21 back-to-back. What was the song? It was Take Me Down, Love Me All Night Long.
That's a good song.
So
I heard that the other day.
You remember the
Matter of fact,
real
I did.
slow one that was a hit to that Lady Down on Love?
Yeah.
It's her first night on the town.
I
She
heard
was
that one the other
17.
day. I listen to old country a lot of times. Yeah.
Like that. Bama, it just, when it come to love song, Randy Owen was on the pulse of that during his time. And he scared them down at Hee Haw. He would be one of those who would jump up and down. They were like, you don't do that in country music. Stop that. They were everywhere. They had a lot of energy. 1996, this would be the end of this type of music from Shania Twain. She had the number one song back then, You Win My Love. She's still out there, but not as popular as she once was. You have your moment in the sunshine, so to speak.
Yeah. I think she went through a lot.
She did.
She went through a lot when she was younger, but then she went through a lot with her husband and all that mess.
She was married to a man named Mutt, all I can say.
Yeah.
Who names their child Mutt? Was that a nickname or really was he named Mutt by his parents?
I don't know, but
It's like your mama didn't like you. Come here, Mutt.
It should have been a little red flag right there.
But he was, he made her what she was. You got to give him credit on that. He was this big song producer, and he took her and made her. I'll give him credit for that. It didn't work out there.
And then he kind of dumped on her.
He did. He moved on
Yeah.
to the next door neighbor's wife. And then she married the next door neighbor's husband after he done that. They done like a
Swap.
weird.
That goes on a lot of times.
It
I've
does.
heard of that a whole lot. I really have.
Watch who your neighbors are is all we're saying.
Yeah.
What was that song? Whose car is parked next door? Okay.
Yeah.
2004, we got up, and this was the last one of it was huge. The final episode of Friends was played on this date back in 2004. funny.
Yeah.
It really was a
It
good
was
show.
a funny show. I still watch it to this day. I watch the reruns.
Chandler and all the gang there. 2007, most of these where they make many, numerous shows aren't funny after a while. But Shrek, all of them were funny. I watched it with the kids. 2007, the third came out. And that little fellow there, the kitty cat, that was funny.
It's always, I guess, been played by Antonio Banderas.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd say the name,
It's
but I'm
funny.
afraid I'll say it wrong, so I'm staying away
Well, I
from
was
it.
getting tongue-tied trying. But then, of course, Eddie Murphy is the donkey. And then Shrek is played by,
No clue.
the guy who played Cat in the Hat, if I'm not mistaken.
You got me.
I think.
I have been whooped up on that one. All I know is my son often repeats one of Donkey's lines of Shrek, where he goes, "That'll do, Donkey."
Yeah.
Dylan always calls me up. He goes, "That'll do, Donkey."
Yeah.
2012, we lost one of the greats. You saw him on Hee Haw. You saw him also on the Andy Griffith Show. We would lose him. He passed away today. George Lindsay died back in 12. That's been 10 years ago.
I watch Andy Griffith daily. It's on our TV
Can't help but do
every
it.
night. It's so funny, and he was always just the highlight of the show.
Hey, I just noticed here, I've gotten out of alignment here on my years. So we got to go back to 1957 now because I didn't put it in the right order. But the very last episode of I Love Lucy aired in 1957. Now, she would go on to do the Lucy show after that, but that was the last one with her and Desi. I think the divorce happened about then, and it kind of ended there. So that's a look back on things that happened on this date. I Love Lucy really shaped America as far as comedy. She became the standard for what was going on. She was really good at it, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. As Robin says, she loves Goober. A lot of folks do.
Yeah. Let's see. Somebody said their daughter is 11 and she's watching the show today also. Her
we
name
appreciate
is
it.
Deanna Ivy.
Hey, girl.
Good morning.
Right. Yeah. And LaWanda was bringing up, she's dragging Conway in there with Alabama and Conway and all them. Great music there. As we go back, we go to the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Doors were opened up this morning about 7:30. They're there for you. Anything that you might need, from chickens as you want to raise your own eggs, they've got that. If you need pine straw this weekend as you get ready to head out to work around in your garden, they've got that for you also. And any type of sod and potting soil that you may need to get your plants and make everything look good, make them grow well. Miracle Grow is what they call that. That's how great they can look there. Check out the nurseries.
Yeah, roses.
What do you call that purple color? Just purple, or has it got a different name?
I mean, it's like a deep purple. Those are petunias. And over to the left, over here is roses. But
Yeah.
I love knockout roses. They're the best. That's what y'all have planted out there. They just are real hardy.
Gorgeous. I didn't even know what I had planted in my yard. We've got plenty of shirts and T-shirts for you, ball caps, blue jeans, anything that the working man needs, they've got it there for you. From Twisted X shoes to Twisted X boots. Of course, Georgia boots, one of the most popular there, and Ariat. See them. They've got a great selection of all this, from pet supplies and dog bowls to skillets, even taking care of your horse and cattle. You'll find them all there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151, drop in. You'll be glad that you did, and visit with them a little while. They'll take care of you. Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
The Golden Apple Award, presented by MeTV, EMEPA, the Meridian Star, and our partners in education. Nominate your favorite teacher at twinstates.news.
Richard made a comment, and I thought I said 10 years. I may have said something wrong, but I thought I added up and I said 10 years different since George Lindsay had been passed away. Could be wrong. Never know there. We're headed toward the top of the hour, 15, 16 minutes till the top of the hour as we get ready for another big weekend. It's going to be great. The manhunt is on. The love affair still goes. She ain't been caught yet.
Love on the run. Yeah, they're still on the run. So
they're calling it a special relationship as you dig deeper into all of this and everything that this lady has done. Well thought out, well planned. And the U.S. Marshals now have released a statement late yesterday that they put this out. $10,000 reward for the man, $5,000 reward for her. Now, and I've mentioned this several times. Of normally, an escape like this, they get a lead and they catch you within 3 days.
right.
I don't know what she done, how she planned it, but methodically has been put into this of her planning on what has gone on. If you've seen them, call the local police and let them know.
Yeah, they could be down drinking margaritas in Mexico.
You never know where they turn
They
up.
could have been celebrating Cinco de Mayo yesterday somewhere.
But as I mentioned earlier, this guy weighs over 300 pounds. He is 6'9". That's not somebody that walks and blends into a crowd. He's going to be over them.
Right.
But there you go. Here she is wanted as we look at the wanted poster there. U.S. Marshals. When the Marshals are after you.
Yeah, let's hope that he doesn't harm her, though.
She's struck in this moment of love. And this continues. We'll watch that closely and let you know. This, you know how we talk about frivolous lawsuits? I think we've got one here. Let's say, and it's sad that we've reached a generation that doesn't understand how to drive a stick shift. A guy has a Jeep. He drops his truck off at a dealership to have the oil changed. You've got the mechanic standing up here to change the oil. They got the mechanic's helper that's going to drive it in. The mechanic helper gets in it, doesn't know what a standard is, turn the key, and it runs over and kills the mechanic. The family of the mechanic that was killed is suing the owners of the Jeep. Now, where is that right in this picture?
That's crazy.
But
I don't see how I guess he could if he, because I thought on a standard you had to hit the clutch. You had to
he
have
did
the clutch
hit it. He
in,
cranked
so-
it up. He cranks it up, lets off of it, and it jumps.
Okay, it jumped. I
And
was
it
going to say
ran
it could
over.
have jumped forward.
Yeah. Now, in the old days,
But
you
still,
could
that's
reach
crazy.
in and one would crank even in gear. The older vehicles, that's not the case. This is a newer Jeep, but it did kill somebody.
I still don't think it would be the owner's fault of the Jeep. I mean, it should be the owner of the business hiring someone that didn't know what they were doing.
And as you go into this, the person that moved the vehicle did not have a driver's license either. So that puts the company at fault of letting someone touch a vehicle that was not
Right.
authorized to drive it. All of these charges should be dropped against the family, and in the end, I predict the dealership will probably have to pay back their legal expenses for what's going on here. But why sue them? That should be thrown out immediately.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
not their fault that they own a standard.
This is how screwed up stuff is.
It is. There's
in the legal system.
We didn't even mention the amount. $15 million is what they're suing for.
Yeah.
Now, I hate it. Now, don't get me wrong, that this man lost his life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay any of that happening. I'm just thinking,
Wow.
that is crazy.
The lawsuit is not right. They're suing the wrong people.
Yeah.
We'll see where this goes, and we'll let you know as we follow these things. The Dow plunged 1,000 points yesterday. It's getting worse. Investors say, whoop, and we're not out of this yet. So we'll see what happens with the stock market today as we watch this stuff
I wonder
closely.
what the interest rates are now on
30-year
home.
mortgage.
Yeah. I know they have jumped way on up,
They're climbing.
pretty fast, too. Yeah.
Now, there was a lot of people in America that just couldn't get enough of Meghan Markle. As she joined the royalty, she has caused a huge split up in the family there. It is, and I predict at some point she will end up leaving is his name Harry? The prince? I think she'll leave him at some point. Then he'll have a major problem with his family and try to get back in. But Netflix has cut them loose, and they're saying this is the beginning of the end as America is fed up with the woke.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying there.
And they are fed up.
And they put out millions and millions of dollars and paid them for this. And you get into the TV shows on Netflix that they've produced and spent all this money that is woke related. Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah.
Subscriptions are dumping quickly. And I think you're going to see this going into Disney as people are tired of all of this.
Well, they've taken a good country and run it in the ground. And people are sick of it. And they want their country back. And they're going to start taking it back. And if they have to do it legally, that's what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
When's the last time you flew in an airplane? I know she's wanting to break into the Steve Miller Band, Big Old Jet Airliner. I see it in her face.
At least 20 years ago, 19 years ago, yeah. Yeah, long time.
You ought to get out more often. Anybody ever said that?
It's not my favorite thing to do, let me just say. I just don't like flying.
Chicago. I've been on many airplanes, and you're sitting on the runway on the taxi waiting for the plane to get that go. And when they get the go, it's quick. If you remember the Clampetts the first time they got in the plane, Jed looks out the window and goes, "I think this bus is running fast enough to take off in the air." Chicago, they're sitting there this week, and a guy jumps up, opens the emergency exit of the plane, and runs out on the wing. Who does this?
Crazy people.
But that's one of the headlines there. And things like this happen in America. They filmed it. It did happen. And here's a picture of the emergency exit where he pulled it open. As always, watch your surroundings. Make sure you're not sitting next to someone that will do things like that. Coming up on David Letterman, he's got a show on Netflix. Guess who his guest is going to be? Mr. Slapman himself.
Mr. Slap Happy.
Yeah, Slap Happy. That's better. Will Smith is headed there, but they said don't expect not one word being mentioned about the slap. I think they had to agree for him to be a guest that they wouldn't ask that.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know that David Letterman had done anything on Netflix is what's so shocking to me.
Who wants to put money on, though, that David Letterman will somehow...
You think?
Yeah, he'll somehow...
slip it in?
He might not say the slap, but he might say something that kind of pertains to that.
A joke
I just
of
know
some
how
sort.
he is. You know, he's got to be a little sarcastic.
As they say, poke the bear.
Yeah, poke the bear.
We'll see that. Always watch these online scams. And lonely people, if you go back and remember in country music, Steve Wariner, lonely women make good lovers. Only the lonely.
Yeah.
People are vulnerable. Love, as we see that this woman in Alabama gave up her life to run off with somebody in hopes of love. Arizona, they've made an arrest of a 70-year-old woman who scammed somebody else. She did. She acted like she was a man to another woman. Took about $36,000 from her. It's that old scam of, hey, I need a little money to get there. I love you. But she was pretending to be a man.
Goodness.
You never know what people... It's 34
That's
grand.
a major catfishing incident.
Do you...
Goodness.
I guess I'm not in that situation. And I guess it would be wrong of me to go, that couldn't happen to me. It's hard for my mind to adjust because I always analyze things. But maybe you get to a point in your life to where you really are very vulnerable. You're all alone and you want someone to pay some attention to you.
Well, there was a big scam a while back going on with somebody claiming that their wife had, this was a scam that was going around, claiming their wife had died and, oh, they were so lonely and, oh, woe is me type stuff. And, oh, but I need money, I need this. And so he was having women, I guess if it was a he, it could have been a she, having women send money and stuff. So it really got a lot of people into.
And then what was the guy that made those national headlines off one of those dating sites that had got the millions and millions of dollars from the lady? And he had a name. I can't remember it, but
it happens every day, though. Every day.
Les has got a catfish story to top all, he says there.
And I'm sure he can tell it very comically.
Probably so. As we turn to our friends, if you need something clean, Godwin Cleaning Services, write this name down, this telephone number, 253-8262. They make your home and take the worry of you trying to get a ladder out, trying to scrape things, make it look better. They do it for you. They do all of this. If you've got a business, talk to them. No matter how tall, they got the latest equipment to reach any height of any building around. talk to them, to getting your roof clean, your driveway, your sidewalks. As we look at this is a tin roof, and you don't even think about a tin roof, how dirty they get over time. But here's the case. Get it cleaned. Sidewalks, driveways, look at this. And they put it back to make it look new again. Your house is fresh once again. There's a sidewalk, and we look at the decks. Looks new again. That mildew gets on it, and before you know it, it's just awful looking.
Like if you have trees hanging over your home, they're always going to cause this kind of stuff.
There you are. Soft washing. It doesn't remove the paint. It looks great after they're done. From billboards to signs, all of this, they look new again. And this is just one of the most dramatic pictures of before and after I've ever seen.
It is. Looks like a totally different roof.
It does. Like they went and done something new. See them. They can do this for you. Very affordable. 601-253-8262. That is our friends. Visit them today. They'll help you out there at Godwin Cleaning Services. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
And welcome back. We were discussing things amongst ourselves as the commercial was coming there. I often wonder why, and it makes me even question if it happened when somebody waits 30 years to dump a story on somebody. The Me Too movement. Let's take a look at poor old Johnny Depp. Johnny is not innocent on things that he's done wrong in life. He's admitted it. But this woman destroyed his life. And this next story, I doubt, because they've waited so long to even say this. And just because someone has a fit one day, y'all remember Steve Urkel?
Yeah.
He was just like it on TV back in the day. Family Matters actress Jo Marie Payton, she's now 71, is claiming that he had a violent fit thrown on set one day. Why is she releasing this after this many years? It can't be good. What is she going to gain?
I know. I don't understand that either, but
maybe he had a bad day.
What was his famous words?
Oh, well.
Did I do that?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if he said that.
Maybe so.
It. After he kicked and screamed and ranted and raved, did he go, did I do that?
I can't believe I couldn't remember that line.
Alden watched it for the first time, my little boy, not long ago, because we would always like joke with him. He'd he'd always tuck his shirt in, and it looked like it was way up here. And I said, "You like Urkel?"
There you go.
But anyway, it was a funny show.
Big during the day.
He watched it for the first time though and thought it was so funny.
What did Debbie just tell us was the name?
When we were talking about the scams and stuff, she said Tinder swindler.
That's the name of that. But my point on this whole little story right here is don't always believe everything people put out there to harm others. There's been a lot of that. And I think there was a lot of men during that Me Too movement that were accused of things that maybe they didn't do. Probably some were guilty, but not all. Always listen. There's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
That's my that. Let's see here. What else is happening in America? Tom Cruise. Have you seen this? This is what he looks like now. See that? Now, let me show you a picture of what he looked like when the original Top Gun came out. You can't hardly tell the difference.
Yeah, there's not much difference.
This man has got plastic surgeons on standby at any time.
Maybe he just ages well. Maybe he's just got good DNA.
How old is he? Seriously.
I really don't know. I don't know how. I would say he's in his 50s.
So I was thinking older.
I would say 50s.
1986 was the first Top Gun, and now we're at whoa. Time's
I'd have
flying.
to look it up, but yeah, I would say maybe late 50s.
As my grandma would say, that just ain't natural. Something wrong there.
I think it's great though when people can age well like that.
Yeah.
Not all of us do, but yeah.
I ain't doing that so good. We want to say thank y'all for dropping by. Again, remember all the activities that were going on. The rodeo tonight at the Lauderdale County Ag Center tonight and tomorrow night. The Jimmy Rogers play. We've got the crawfish cooking downtown Meridian and numerous other things, including Collinsville Day.
That's right. So nothing lacking to do this weekend. Get out and enjoy the festivities. So.
We're going to be back to tell you more about it Monday morning, and as always, with breaking news as it happens in our area.
Have a blessed Mother's Day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: